Hi, my name is Taylor, and welcome to my abode. And welcome to the Taylor DI's Christmas special. Okay, and y'all heard that? Vocals? Hello? Vocals very much? Thank you. Okay. First of all, do we see the abode right now? Do we see it? I mean, do we not see how comfy and cozy the ambiance is? Like, yeah. But also, do we not see that I'm using a microphone? Because I know my last video, guys, I kind of got on me about the audio, so, you know, I had to make sure I looked up for y'all and, like, used it. Because I honestly, y'all, I forgot to do that in the last one, so that's why the quality sounded piss poor. I'm not even gonna hold you, so yeah, but thank you for letting me know, because I had no idea. I know there's probably some confusion, and you probably really want a reasoning as to what the heck I mean by anxiety being like a predicted y value. Now, this is pulled straight out of probability and statistics. Now, I'm gonna just give a little bit of context as to how this video even came about and why I low-key feel like this is like an important but like nice way of giving like a Christmas gift to you all, but also really most importantly to myself heading into 2026. Yeah, so in probability and stats, from what I can recall, the predicted y value, you know, just because I'm on break and I don't want to say the wrong information, let me look it up because I don't okay, so according to AI overview, a predicted y value is the estimated value of the dependent variable calculated from a regression model based on a specific input of the independent variable, which is x. It represents the model's expected or average value for y at that x rather than the exact observed data point. Now, I don't know why I didn't write down my key notes, because I'm telling you, I'm gonna find it because it's actually genius. It might seem nerdy with me doing this too, like how am I connecting probability and stats to real life? But if you just hear me out, I think it makes sense, so give me grace, y'all. So my thinking process, right, I don't know why, but I legitimately had an epiphany. One night, I don't know what I was doing, but I think I was having a moment where I was spiraling, right? With me spiraling, of course, we know that the cause is actually anxiety. And then I want to say talking with my mom. It's always something with me talking with my mom that I then figure out that, like, life is actually going to be okay. And I come back to reality. But I want to say I was talking with my mom, or maybe even watching, like, a sermon from my church where he was just talking about like how, you know, anxiety, we cause ourselves to have so much anxiety of these things that deep down, like, we know we want for ourselves, and then we talk to God about it, and he knows too, because I mean to be fair, it's not like God has dementia, you know. So whatever you talked about before or you've prayed about, it's not like he forgot. It's just that he'll give you those things that you're asking to acquire in the future, like he's gonna give it to you at the right time. So I was just like thinking about that, right? Anyways, this is gonna be so hard to put together. So I'm telling you now, if this doesn't make sense, blame it on my past self. Blame it on my past self. And just know that my current future self, Editing Taylor, is trying her best to pin this together, because I did not write down any of these significant thoughts and key points to this video. When it comes to the predicted y value, right, if I'm thinking about it correctly, like the definition just said, as far as the predicted y value not being the exact, like, being the exact value or answer of like the equation, and it's more so based off of like what you input into that equation. Like, let's say my correlation equation or something like that, I don't know, but my predicted y value and my constant input is anxiety, right? Like I'm just inputting a lot of negativity into what I really want to do, then of course I'm ultimately, right, anxiety is ultimately going to make me think that, oh, well, let's say I'm putting in the work to apply to these scholarships, right? And now that I've applied to a bunch of them and I'm still waiting for responses, my anxiety, due to my lack of patience and many other factors, I'm going to predict, or anxiety is going to predict that, oh, I'm clearly not eligible or worthy to qualify for such amount of money to go to school. And then it makes you think that this predicted answer or value, essentially, based off of nothing. Because when it comes to anxiety, it's like the results that you think you're going to have in the future, when in reality you know that you're doing stuff to like avoid what it is that anxiety is like projecting onto you. It's like it's so far from what the actual outcome is. And hold on, and just to go back right to the part where it mentions how the value can actually change depending on your input. And that's when it hit me. It's like, hold on, wait a minute. If my constant input in my life, which we'll use as the equation, is negativity, anxiety, stress, depression, spiraling, I mean, you name it, then it only makes sense for me to assume that this predicted Y value, anxiety, is the actual truth. And that's what's going to happen, because that's what I'm predicting, or whatever it is that like I'm so stressed out about, and I don't feel like I can input factors like God, listening to my parents, and like I'm actually trying to, take their advice in the words that they're giving me, and not in a lecturing aspect, but more so like, you really need to engrave this into like your mind and your brain so it stays with you. Or anything, even if you're not like religious or nothing, just whatever it is that's actually beneficial to you mentally and even physically, spiritually, everything, If you don't make those as your inputs, then you're always gonna conclude to the predicted Y value being the actual value, when really the key word is that it's predicted. Like, it's not the case. It's just not the case. And I really hope, you understand, whoever's watching, you really understand what like I'm trying to get at here. Because I swear, to me, a couple weeks ago, this was a really good video idea and a good message for, myself. But I also feel like it would be nice to share with other people, because I think we're just with the time that we're in, and even just period in life, I think this is something key to really hear, like, and to also show that, again, this might sound nerdy, y'all might laugh at me, but even though I'm not a school person, right, don't find it contradictory because I'm going to college or anything like that. Like, no, it's different. I've never cared for school, but that doesn't mean I never cared about my education, so let's not even get those two mixed up. But the stuff that we do learn, even though it consumes a lot of our time, if you really just immerse yourself into it and just think about stuff, I don't want to say too deep, but just be a little bit more insightful. You can gain insight, essentially. I don't know. Like, I don't know. And it doesn't. In my case, it kind of works out for me because I do personally have a love-hate relationship with math. Unfortunately, I do. Once I learned that certain things could be easy and accomplished, like, it's like, okay, it's different. Like, I'm kind of giving Einstein. But when we start doing, like, I don't know. This isn't meant to be no super duper long video. This is supposed to be something just kind of cozy, but also, like, I don't think sentimental is the word, but something good for the body, the mind, and the soul, just to hear before, we go into the new year, to just kind of give some positivity. Because to be honest, even considering how my day was today on my behalf, I kind of was the Grinch. But I don't know, man. I was spiraling. I'm spiraling. And honestly, this time, there was really no predicted y value. Like, I really have no idea as to why truly I felt the way that I did for so many hours throughout my day. And now just, coming back with family and baking cookies and then coming back on here to talk to you guys, it just kind of hits different. And I just feel way better. And to be honest, today is a perfect example, since I feel like I messed up so bad this morning with how I reacted to my brother earlier. I just felt a horrible sister. And then it was like other stuff from the day before. I can't reveal too much, y'all, because it's actually good stuff. Good stuff. And I'll talk about that later one day too, with my problem of just not knowing when to be happy. But it was like that, and then it just lingered throughout the rest of my work day, and I was like, screw everything, I'm not even in the Christmas spirit. And I thought, based off of that and talking to my mom, I thought that I wasn't gonna still come up here, show up, make cookies, and do whatever and just talk to y'all. I predicted that I was not gonna come up here because I just thought that was just the most horriblest human being to ever exist. And like, how dare I even breathe the same air as the people that I spoke to today were so nice and really sweet to me, and that being my family. So yeah, I just really do hope that you all understand where I was coming from, and the intentions that I have with this video. Honestly, don't let your anxiety be the main value, because that's not the exact value. That's the predicted y. But you want to know how we can change that? By changing the input of the equation so that the actual value can hit different. You see what I'm saying? I hope I'm right. I really hope I'm right, because last time I checked, that an A in probability and stats. So I hope I'm not being a false prophet right now. Anyways, as always, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. If I don't drop my next exciting video this year, I shall see you all in 2026. And Merry Christmas to all. And to all a good night.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Ándale.